Hi again, everyone. In this part two on my series of how we apply brain theory to education, I'd like to explain this time about what does work for good learning. Did you know that joy is the only emotion our brains are wired for? Dr. Caroline Leaf would say love, but I'm using the term employed by Jim Wilder for reasons that I think are just a little bit more clear for me. We have a joy center in our brain and we feed on joy. It's what we live by. The joy is our strength in life. So we need joy. And our brain is always looking for, where can I get joy to feed upon for strength? I recommend you take a look at a TED Talk. I forget the guy's name, but it's something about 33,000 brain scans and what they've learned, the most important lesson, which is that those who have the healthiest brains later in life do so because they have had the most positive, joyful relationships. That is the biggest determinant of a good brain. So Jim Wilder will explain that the joy in your emotions will trigger relational circuits that allow activity to flow freely into your left brain so that when you're taking in information, you're forming new connections, which is what learning looks like. There's brain activity going on, really optimum. So students who have positive relationships in their life and they formed attachments that give them joy, no surprises there, they learn the best. And when they feel safe in your classroom, the positive relationships that are going on in their lives are very conducive to learning. Their brain circuits are operational. But if they are not happy, what they're looking for is that joyful connection to get them going. And therefore, you can be there to help. Now, I say joyful, not happy. They don't have to get what they feel like at the moment. They just have to have a deep sense within them that they are doing the right thing and they're in the right place and they're happy to be there. That's all. And therefore, emotionally healthy students really don't need you so much to have a great relationship. They just don't need you to interfere with them and trigger them into feeling badly, which, it probably works for you because good students who are there to learn, they make you feel happy and you probably get along with them and you don't have to be a great person to actually make that happen. What we have to do is be concerned about those students who end up in front of you and actually are not really happy. They are not joyful. And that is the ongoing challenge that we have. They've got relationships in their lives that are not positive, and they are searching for that joy. Well, you see, that's why I found working in schools where students come from troubled backgrounds, I've actually enjoyed those schools and those students quite a lot. Why? Because I've formed really great, joyful attachments to them that they rarely have in their lives, and they so appreciate it. It's wonderful. They're the kind of students that keep coming back years later to chat. It's such a privilege to be in that situation. But how are we to go about this? It can be easier than you think. All they need to know is this simple thing. You are glad to be with them. You're glad to see them. You're glad they're in their classroom and you're on their side. You know it's going to be something there's them being in the classroom is something you are looking forward to. So be positive. You don't have to fake it so much, but choose it and really just let them know in easy, subtle ways. Smile. If at all possible, be the sparkle in your eye that they are to you. Let them know that they are the sparkle in your eye. And ask them, how are you feeling? What do you need from me? They don't really want to control you. They don't want to be stupid. They don't want to actually not learn. That's really not who they are. Don't see them that way. Don't see them as a problem. See them as somebody who is waiting in the wings, waiting for that chance to open up their hearts that they can learn. And they don't want to have nasty behavior. They don't want to control what you're doing. They're not against you. So what you have to make sure is that you don't show that you're against them. If you're afraid, you can easily convey that, because they can pick that up and they go into defensive mode. You're already in defensive mode and it's confrontational. What you have to do is be sincere as much as possible and be compassionate. And interestingly, the right brain, which is the emotional part, processes information 20% faster than the verbal part. So they're picking up how you're really feeling and what's really going on in your heart before you say a word. So make it good what's going on in your heart when you see them. So I would just say, be positive, be joyful, be consistent, be there for them, and you will see bad relationships turn around and you'll have a great day. Good luck with that. See you later.